Hello, our many viewers around the world, and welcome to the Liberia Public Radio online broadcast. This evening, we will be discussing with our young Liberian in person of Joetta Gloria Konua. I hope I pronounced your name very well. Who
Yeah,
is a head of her own foundation? That means a non-governmental organization based in Monrovia, Liberia. Thank you very much and welcome to this program, Joetta. You are welcome to LPR.
thank you.
Okay, so quickly, we want to hear from you. Who is Joetta? Few statements, introduction.
Okay. I'm Tronita Clarissa Price Conowar, a Liberian. You getting me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Tronita Clarissa Price Conowar, a Liberian from Grand
Mhm.
Kitman County. My
Okay.
father from Grand Kitman County, Damalai, and my mom
Mhm.
from Sando County, that way. I
Okay.
live in District 17, which is Provia.
Okay.
Yeah, work at the Central Bank of Liberia, HR department.
Okay. So, what is your position at the central bank? CBL. Quickly.
Assisting HR.
Okay. Great. Now, let's look at a brief history or background of your foundation that you intend to help disabled or life unfortunate children in Liberia or people. Let us look at the history of your NGO. How did it all start?
Yes, I started my NGO, my foundation work at the age of 16 years.
Wow.
I decided to fund this foundation because of the challenges the young people are
Mhm.
facing within Liberia, the challenges the disabled people are facing within Liberia. When I was a child coming up, whenever my daddy taking me to school, I
Mhm.
always see a little one on the street are
Mhm.
supposed to be in school like me.
Mm.
They will always be seeing the water on the street, plenty trees and all of things.
Wow.
So sometimes when I ask my daddy, I say, Daddy, but why are these people standing on the street?
Hmm.
He say most of these people they are not living with a biological family,
Mhm.
but and some of them the parents don't have it. That the
Hmm.
reason why you are seeing them on the street journey to be
Hmm.
able to help whosoever they are living with.
Hmm.
So my mom is a businesswoman. She live inside the country. My daddy joined
Mhm.
her. So after my daddy said this to me,
Mhm.
I decided to reach out in the community
Hmm.
because I'm not a friendly type. I'm not
Hmm.
somebody who have friends to go to friend house, visit friends, friend coming to me.
Wow.
No,
Mhm.
I'm not that type of person. So I was in Samaritan Catholic school. So
Mhm.
whenever I come from the school, I always put in my clothes in my bag.
Hmm.
I will always reach out to these people within the community, not
Mhm.
only disabled people, business people within the community. Are always curious to know what are the challenges we are
Mhm.
facing within Liberia, within our homes.
Mhm.
But whenever I go in the community to talk to them, they always give me the attention
Hmm.
because they always tell me if a little girl can leave her house and come to us and bring a positive topic for us to discuss it, she have a
Mhm.
future, so we always listen to her. So
Hmm.
that's why my age or my height or my body, I always have the opportunity for people
Hmm.
to interact with me. People who can
Mhm.
bond me, people who can be my grandparents, people who are
Mhm.
also older than me. So I will also go
Hmm.
there and talk to them, talk to
Hmm.
business people, talk to
Mhm.
people who are having problems in their marriage,
Mhm.
talk to children who are having difficulty when it comes to discipline, child abuse. So
Mhm.
at the side one day, I told my dad, I said, Daddy, I want to
Mm.
own an NGO called the Mind Building Incorporation.
Mm-hmm.
So my daddy said, why you want to do it? I said,
Mm.
because in Liberia, we have a lot of challenges within Liberia. And in
Mm-hmm.
Liberia, people are not seeing the talent we have in us. They are only
Mm.
seeing the physical appearance of somebody. So the
Mm.
Mind Journey Corporation going to deal with every problem, every
Mm.
challenge within Liberia. Not
Mm-hmm.
only disabled people, people that need to be employable, people that need to
Mm-hmm.
get basic knowledge, people who are
Mm-hmm.
getting into marriage that having difficulty in marriage, people who are
Mm-hmm.
having problems in their homes and other things. So
Wow.
my foundation going to see how best in the future we can be
Mm-hmm.
able to reach out to these people.
Mm-hmm.
And I also saying I don't want it to only be in Liberia. I want it to be
Mm.
an international NGO where
Okay.
we'll be
Wow.
able to partnership with people.
Mm-hmm.
So based on
So
the
for now,
challenge,
yes, go ahead,
yeah, well,
please.
yeah. So sometimes based on the challenges, whenever I go to talk to people and other things, I always think
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of time I was not having the experience I'm having now to
Okay.
talk to people. So you see, this my book. I've been having
Mm-hmm.
it for over 8 years.
Wow.
Whenever I go on the feed, my challenge that I have, I listen to people's story. I will go.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, it's the old things. I will go.
Yeah.
I write in the book and mark
Mm-hmm.
the date, the
Mm-hmm.
time, and the
Mm-hmm.
person I talk to. I'm like a
Hmm.
story writer to be
Okay.
able to remember. So you
Mm-hmm.
see, all of my document I have, I started a long time.
Okay. Now you have a full-time job with the Central Bank of Liberia. So besides your regular job that you do with CBL, how do you manage to still go ahead with this NGO that you're trying to run? Look at the
Oh, so
timing.
most of the time people call me on Facebook and say, Director, you are a little child. You
Mm-hmm.
need to stop on what you are doing and go to school.
Mm-hmm.
Because I said, why? They said, because
Mm-hmm.
you cannot go to a ghetto and
Mm-hmm.
talk to people within a ghetto without giving them anything.
Mm.
I say, yes, it's my challenge I'm having. But I
Mm.
like to know what is happening within the ghetto. What is
Okay.
happening with our disabled people on the streets, our
Mm-hmm.
blind people, our
Mm-hmm.
homeless people. The
Mm.
challenge is not easy. I'm not from a money family. My mom don't
Mm-hmm.
have it. My dad is inside with my mom. They are
Mm-hmm.
doing their best and they have a little shop inside the country.
Okay.
And my work that I'm doing at CB or Central Bank
Mm-hmm.
is not sufficient to say it will help me, it will back me up to see how best I can run a foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not depending on my job, but
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people I'm depending on God. Whenever I tell people I'm depending on God, it's like phony.
Mm.
This is sometimes if you can see me sometimes I come home, I
Mm-hmm.
traumatized because the challenges are too much. I
Mm.
don't have international support
Mm-hmm.
and in Liberia, people don't focus on NGO like this. The
Mm-hmm.
only time they focus on it when you are connected to certain political party, then they
Mm-hmm.
will use it because they think that you have the ability to talk to people. They think that you have the ability to make people to vote for them. That's the
Mm-hmm.
time they can. That's the time they can be able to help you.
Mm.
But I bless God to most of my friends in the States that I call
Mm-hmm.
my daddy. Like
Mm-hmm.
sometime when I about to do like because I decide to cook for them
Mm-hmm.
every Sunday.
Wow. So you, you
They
you
reach
you give them food every Sunday.
every Sunday.
Okay.
And I
How
get
many
it from
persons
them.
are we talking about? Maybe
Every Sunday I sell 4 ghettos.
four ghettos. And do you approximately how many persons the four ghettos contain
Yeah,
of how many persons?
yes, each ghetto you go there you will get like 100 people.
Mm.
Depends
Wow.
if everybody home. But if
Mm.
everybody not home, you will get 100. If everybody not home, you will get 100. But if everybody
Mm.
home, you will get more. Because whenever you
Wow.
are sharing people nearby, neighbor, and
Mhm.
other things
Mm.
that get them will always come in the queue.
Mm.
So the little I have, I always
Mm.
manage it. If I beg one
Okay.
or two person, can you help me with 50 cents? Can you help me with
Mhm.
$30? Can you help me with $40? And they will
Mhm.
send it on my stomach normal, and I can
Mm.
do the cooking. Sometimes they will not.
Wow.
Sometimes they will not send it. I will credit to do one or two things to see
Mm.
how bad I can cook. And the reason why
Mhm.
I decide to cook for them every
Mhm.
Sunday because it's a great help for me
Okay.
because I have entered in more than 20 ghettos with Instant Memorial.
Wow.
And the reason I decided to cook for them every Sunday, not specific ghetto, different ghettos now,
Okay.
is because when you enter in a ghetto, I
Mm.
discuss it together now, kind of the disabled people, the blind
Okay.
people on
People.
the
Yeah. Mm.
arm base,
Okay.
discussing the ghettos. Those who
Mm.
call them Togo.
Yeah. Zogo. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I enter in
Mhm.
the ghetto, after we finish discussing our challenges we are having with the government of Liberia, our
Mhm.
challenges we are having with politicians in Liberia, our
Mhm.
challenges we are having with business people in Liberia, our
Mhm.
challenges we are having with Liberians within Liberia is that they don't
Mm.
want to associate themselves with the guys in the ghetto. The only
Mm.
time you see a Liberian going in the ghetto to associate themselves to give them food within the ghetto when that person have political ambition. And if the
Mhm.
only time they do that when we are getting in a political season, because these guys
Okay.
they are all adults, they have the right to go register and vote. So they feel
Mm.
that by going in the ghetto, taking picture and posting it on the platform will tell Liberian people that they are qualified to run a country or to be a representative. That's the
Yeah.
only time they go in the ghetto to talk to them. And
Mm.
I always
Because they need
and
their
I,
vote at that time.
yeah, because they need a vote. But after the election, you don't
Mhm.
see anybody going in the ghetto to these people.
Okay.
I enter in the ghetto, I feel so discouraged why my mother born me in Liberia. Because
Wow.
we have
So
gifted
do
people.
you regret of being a Liberian, or what do you mean?
I regret of being a Liberian because of politicians.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I regret.
Mhm.
And
So what do
by
you mean
me
politicians are not
regretting
sincere?
what I will
Liberian
do,
politicians, they are not sincere. What do you mean?
they are not sincere and they associate themselves with you when they think that they can get something for you in return when you don't have anything to offer them, they don't have your time.
Wow.
But in the
Okay.
ghetto, I want to tell you something. We have educated young people within the ghetto.
Okay.
We get people that is outspoken within the ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
We get people that went to university within the ghetto.
Wow.
We get people that went to expensive school within the ghetto.
Mm.
We get people that have different traits in them within the ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why people get problem with me in Liberia, some Liberians get problem with me, they say, why you always comparing politician and Zogo guys together, the people
Mm-hmm.
within the ghetto. And I make
Okay.
this thing clear to them. I prefer the people that is in the ghetto. I trust them with my life. I trust them with the country than those who say they are politicians.
Mm-hmm.
And the question here is, and the answer is also, you have never listened to a radio station or
Mm-hmm.
a TV live that you listen
Mm-hmm.
that the guys when they ghetto rape a titty month or baby.
Mm.
I have never listened to them.
Okay.
I have never listened to a radio station that a guy, a Zogo guy or a Zogo boy from a ghetto kill
Mm-hmm.
innocent ones to go
Okay.
sell him a body because they are desperate to live a better life.
Hmm.
I have never listened to any radio station that people
Mm.
within the ghetto do. I have
Wow.
never listened to a radio station that it catch a guy from the ghetto that went other country and get in plane to be able to bring drugs in Liberia. So
Hmm.
a guy is not the one that can get in the plane and bring drugs within Liberia. I have never listened to a radio station or a talk show that A Zogo guy within a ghetto go to a very poorest nearby counties, nearby country, and other things to bring joy within Liberia. I have never
Hmm.
listened to that. All of the
Wow.
just cases we can have in that these are all business people within Liberia, people that get
Mm-hmm.
respect within Liberia. They are the one that bringing the trust in the country.
Mm-hmm.
I
Hmm.
do this comparison with politicians and the
Mm-hmm.
so-called guys in the
Okay.
ghetto. I
Wow.
said a politician or a businessman is desperate
Mm-hmm.
to make money to live
Mm-hmm.
a better life.
Hmm.
So a politician
Wow.
or a businessman will go and kill innocent baby, 3 month old
Mm-hmm.
baby, 1 month old baby, teenagers. Our young people are dying within Liberia. And at the end of
Hmm.
the day, we will not hear anything about it. Who are
Hmm.
those that is killing our Liberian people, our teenagers within Liberia? These are all
Mm-hmm.
people that is desperate to live
Mm-hmm.
a good life within Liberia. You come to a Soko guy, you say the guy can still within a community. A Soko
Hmm.
guy is not brave enough to kill innocent one. But the only thing he do because he is so desperate to live, to make life, to get money, to buy food, he will go
Hmm.
and drag people back on the street to be
Mm-hmm.
able to get food to eat and be able to get water to drink. So the same
Hmm.
way you are desperate as a politician, the same way you
Mm-hmm.
are desperate as a businessman to make more
Mm-hmm.
money, it's the same way the so-called guys out there is desperate to go
Hmm.
and check people's phone.
Wow. Hmm.
The same way you
Okay.
are desperate, you are killing innocent one. You are stealing the country money. You
Hmm.
are duping business people. You are duping your friends and all of things. They are the
Hmm.
same way the double guys will go and sell food that is not good to dupe other people also to be able to empower themselves. The
Hmm.
difference between these two people is that Sogo don't have the money to rent a decent house. Sogo don't have the money to buy a decent car.
Mm-hmm.
Sogo don't have the money to build a decent house and eat good food. That's the
Hmm.
reason why you see him within the ghetto. But when you have
Mm-hmm.
the money, when you have the opportunity, you will go
Mm-hmm.
and buy a dress at the ghetto or whatsoever place and go to a house and
Hmm.
smoke a dress and do other things. And I
Hmm.
want people to understand today that the church is not the one that making people to go and steal on the street.
Wow.
The church is not the one that is making people to go and jack people things and sleep in that ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
I sat with them. We talk. They express themselves to me. At some time, they show me how they take the soup, the wheat, and other things. I said, "Why are you taking this?" He said, "Joatom, you are my baby sister, or I can born you. The reason why you see me, I take it this just because when I take this choice, I feel
Mm-hmm.
comfortable the way I'm sleeping." I
Hmm.
say, how possible is that be? He said, because I
Mm-hmm.
cannot breathe to myself. When I'm sleep within that time, I don't feel mosquito. When I
Mm-hmm.
sleep within that time, I will come to myself into the next day. And
Mm-hmm.
I get all two type of drugs. He showed me the other drugs and calling me. He said,
Hmm.
this one make you brave to go and jack phone.
Wow.
I said, but you are not brave enough. He said, no. It can make you get the mind to go and jack people phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked them, I said, you all voted, right? They say,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Politicians
Mm-hmm.
come to you in the ghetto. I say, right. I said, I have
Mm-hmm.
never listened to a radio station where the so-called guys within Liberia come together
Hmm.
and go to the mansion, come together and go to the president office to protest that you need job, you need
Hmm.
sleeping place, you need food.
Mm-hmm.
I have never listened. Why you
Hmm.
guys don't do it? He said to me, said, Joanna, Mama, if we do it, it will be a waste.
Hmm.
The time we are taking to go to the mansion to go and protest, we can take that time to go wash people cars. Most of all wash car will upload car. Some
Wow.
of all some of all we are shoe shine boys. If you can see all my picture, most of them into different things,
Mm-hmm.
man. So
Yeah.
we don't have the time to go to person. We are offered to express ourselves to them.
Hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I think the challenge of these guys need is that not about telling them to leave drugs. Decision happen yourself. We
Mm,
decide to leave it. Let us create a
mm-hmm.
system where we can be able, because they are our
Mm,
future leader. When they use sport within the country, it's almost like you are not safe within your country, because the more the guys they get plenty, the more
mm-hmm.
Liberia become danger.
Mm-hmm.
Then you come to my other part of disabled people within Liberia, the
Okay.
blind people that is on the
Now, now,
streets.
before you continue, I just want to comment or just say a statement. Now, people that you interact with from the ghetto, some they even have BSc. That means they have gone to university and they have some level of education. When
Yeah,
you
some of
talk
them
to
are
them,
college graduates too.
yeah, when you talk to them, what are some of the primary reasons for which someone who has already gone through some level of education, graduate from high school, go to university, and you decide to live that life? What really is the primary reason? Have you been able to gather
Yeah,
something
I
about it?
think. I think. The
Mm-hmm.
reason why you see that I don't post it on Facebook what I'm
Mm,
talking to them, telling them to change, because when
mm-hmm.
people go on your Facebook page
Mm-hmm.
and listen to a guy in the ghetto story, they begin
Mm-hmm.
to share it. At the end of the day, they use
Yeah.
it for political purpose. When you against the government, they use it for political purpose. So these
Okay.
guys they don't like me. We call it then when we are
Mm-hmm.
discussing issue that is really matter, that is important.
Okay.
The only
Mm-hmm.
time I recall, maybe when I'm sharing food or we are dancing, we are celebrating, but we have all
Okay.
our meetings behind camera where we get a challenge. So to
Yeah.
answer your question is that a guy told me that her girlfriend is the
Mm-hmm.
one that introduced him to drugs. Someone
Wow.
decide to go there, someone a
Mm-hmm.
peer pressure carry them there. Someone a
Mm-hmm.
situation. I said,
Wow.
how can a girlfriend introduce you to drugs? He's educated.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
said, I was in love with this girl so much.
Mm,
And I was having the opportunity, she was having the opportunity, we was in the same school together,
mm-hmm.
Potito University,
Mm-hmm.
2010.
Mm,
He said, I love this girl and the girl I wanted to be with. And me, I'm not
mm-hmm.
I'm not sure in drinking liquor. When I drink liquor, I got drunk and stupid. So my sister not used to it. So a girl who
Mm,
I was loving to get relationship, she was the one that was taking the drugs. And the only time I go to her, she always tell me that before we talk, before we do anything, I should take drugs. And I
wow.
will be forced. The first time I do it, she never listen to me. So we're in like confusion and other things. She said I want to make her
Mm-hmm.
happy.
Wow.
So the first time he went there, he took the drugs and slept for a day. The
Mm,
second time he started getting used to him. And George,
mm-hmm.
something is a process when it enter in your system. As
Yeah.
almost like you want to drink. The sun is hot. As
Mm-hmm.
soon you drink water, you're looking for another water to drink. Your throat always
Yeah.
dry.
Mm,
Yeah. So as soon you start taking in drugs, it always get used to you. So I
mm-hmm.
asked him, I said, but you have the money to buy the drugs. Then why you never go in the ghetto, buy the drugs and go back home and focus on your education? He
Mm-hmm.
said, my parents never used to allow me carry drugs home. My parents
Mm,
never used to allow me to do this other thing. So when I come in
wow.
the ghetto, after finished smoking my weed and whatsoever things, I feel
Mm-hmm.
relaxed. I feel like I am home. And then today,
Wow.
I lost my parents and other things. The day I decided to leave the ghetto, when I get back, I lost all of my opportunity I was having. Now what get me
Mm,
into this ghetto? But I cannot leave the ghetto
okay.
on my own. But I need a job to maintain me. And when you live in
Mm-hmm.
drugs, you eat like 5, 6, 7 times a day. So
Mm,
when they take us to the rehab, feeding me 2 times a day or 1 times a day, it cannot do
mm-hmm.
anything for me. But if I take my drugs, even if I eat, I take one spoon,
Mm-hmm.
I feel okay. But when I'm in the rehab, so now I'm
Wow.
not eating constantly, I will bring up back to the ghetto. Most of them say peer pressure, most of them say frustration, most of them say family problem and other things. The mother want to be
So
happy.
at the rehab center, they don't have sufficient food, or they are now being well taken care of.
Okay. In Liberia, we don't love our country, we don't love our people, we love ourselves.
Okay.
We run this country on friendship. It have to be
Hmm.
politician and speaking to everybody in general.
Mm-hmm.
You get a young man or a young organization that is
Mm-hmm.
running or institution to help the disabled people within Liberia. It's a great help to the country.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the rehab center that I work with is a women organization within Corway.
Mm-hmm.
4 churches joined together to open a rehab center.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no support.
Mm-hmm.
When the church raise money, the organization take that money every month and provide
Mm-hmm.
food and covering for them. So
Mm.
the challenges they are having there also is food.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the people who carry their children there, they don't carry support. So when they just carry
Mm-hmm.
your children and say, "Oh, I will come back, I will call you," at the end of the day, your parents don't come back. So
Mm-hmm.
most of the challenges they are having is food and medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Like today, I'm so frustrated. There's a girl I take to the hospital. I spend my life's money on that day. She just died.
Wow.
Yeah, in the
Hmm.
ghetto, Center Street ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
The children get TB. The children are very sick. Who killed them?
Hmm.
People are dying every day in the ghetto. Sometimes I
Hmm.
go on Facebook page. I just need people to go in the ghetto to carry some medicine. People that have the hint, people that get the effort to
Hmm.
carry medicine to them and treat them. They are willing to respond to treatment. Every day,
Mm-hmm.
people dying for cold and other things.
Hmm.
So after the ghetto discussion, then we'll go to the blind people who is also on the street, the challenges that they are facing and facing with them also.
Okay. Before the people with disabilities, now let's look at the ghetto again. Whenever you send out calls, SOS calls, what are some of the reaction or responses that you receive from those people?
I feel discouraged about myself that I don't have the money, I don't have better job,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not from a rich family to support me. I don't
Hmm.
have the connection for people to help me. Them are putting myself in situations that making me to reduce every day, that making me scratch up every day. Because when you are desperate to do something, then the financial
Mm-hmm.
support is not there.
It's not there.
You
Yeah.
begin to worry. You begin to be
Mm-hmm.
traumatized. Because
Yeah.
every day of my life, people calling me 24 hours for
Hmm.
help. Other
Mm-hmm.
thing, the challenges are so many. Like
Mm-hmm.
today, cleaning up campaign I did. If you go on my Facebook page, I
Mm-hmm.
sit down to my house and decide to think. I
Hmm.
say, but me carry food in this ghetto every Sunday all the time.
Mm.
What in return I can get
Mm-hmm.
from these guys
Yeah.
then? Why
Yeah.
I don't have my own foundation, my own building, where I can
Mm-hmm.
take them from and can take care of them and maintain because I don't have the money to build it now.
Yeah.
So how can I make this garden useful in society?
Mm-hmm.
I said that too not desire to think. They
Mm-hmm.
sad the air. So I said, but most of the time when I'm going to work, I see these
Mm-hmm.
guys then with bag in a hand, cleaning market table and other things.
Mm-hmm.
So it came to my mind, say, and the country is dirty, Liberia is dirty, people are selling in debt.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't I use these guys now from the ghetto every Saturday, every
Mm.
weekend to buy food for them? Don't
Yeah.
give them money because they
Mm-hmm.
can correspond and clean our community and
Mm.
clean our street and other things. After we finish, we share food, we talk to everybody, we go, and they will be
Mm-hmm.
willing to eat food. So
Mm.
and I don't have the money to carry on that taxes. I don't have wheelbarrow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have glove and other things in my working material. Sometimes my car say if you can see my car, no most of the time I can use. I can put them the dirty guys and I put them in my car. Even the food
Yeah.
I put it in my car, I don't have a pickup. So How can I carry on this task if I don't have wheelbarrow, I don't have shovel, I don't have the money to buy all of that? I sit there
Yeah.
and think. So I went in the ghetto here because they are my leadership now. We work together.
Mm.
I'm comfortable with them. When I'm with them, I feel happy. They give me
Wow.
hope to go. So I
Okay.
told them, say, I need a favor for you people. They said, Mama, we can do
Mm-hmm.
anything for you.
Wow.
Yes, they said, what's that? I said, I want us to clean the street every weekend. We went and said,
Mm.
Mama, we can do anything for you. For a little
Wow.
child to come to us within a ghetto, you don't want to become representative, you don't have political ambition. If you can come to us, there's something
Mm-hmm.
you see within
Mm.
you, help us, we help you.
Yeah.
Set in my hour because if this guy thing can take me down. So they said,
Mm-hmm.
Mama, how will we do the work and all of things? Now, so
Mm.
I said, but they start naming that we need shovel, we need this, we need, and to be free when you buy this thing, you carry one can loss. So they guys they can protect you and protect all the equipment so they can steal it. So they start to
Mm-hmm.
name all of these things they name. And when in the
Mm-hmm.
market, start to ask for the team prices is very expensive. I don't even have a saving account to say I
Mm-hmm.
get money to go take money from.
Mm.
So I keep on I said them, I said, but we have NCC in Liberia who clean the country, who clean the street. So I think I don't need NCC to pay me. Oh. I don't need the government to pay my guys. Oh. But let MCC make that car, that public transport, the truck to be able to take the dirt. After we clean up, bring on the road to be able to back or to take the dirt and help us with the material. So I think I will wish to tell street to City Hall to talk to them. So I was so happy. I went there on Friday. When I get there on Friday, I meet the MCC boss. I think they get leadership and all that talk. I gave them a platform and what I decided to do. In terms of Jordan, it's a good job. Other people, you have to buy gas and fuel. I was like, I don't even have the money to cook for these people. I need about 5, 6, 7 bag of rice to cook for them. In my heart, I didn't say it for them. So because I was expecting, oh Jordan, just say all your time and your location will make the car available. So the guy tell me say I need to buy 15 gallon of fuel for the truck, and I need to buy 10 gallon of gas for the small keke and other things to be able to take the debt from the community and bring it to. So another thing he said,
Mm-hmm.
we cannot
Now,
provide a way.
now, yes, before you continue, there's someone who is monitoring. The person would love to know, or like a suggestion. You have a great vision, but what if you have someone who will be willing to join with you, to join hand and say, look, we need to move this vision forward? Are you willing to accept that person, or maybe like 2 or 3 persons or a group of people who will come and join you so that at least your efforts will be back?
I am willing to work with anybody,
Mhm.
whether you are a politician or you are not a politician. When it comes
Mm.
to my country work, we stay politics out of it and focus on the job. Because the guys that within the ghetto is frustrated with politicians, they don't want to listen to politicians anymore. So I don't want to go in the ghetto or the disabled family to tell you, say, oh, this guy is the one that is working with me, or we are working together in partnership. He is running in
Mhm.
district 10. Can we vote
Mm.
for him? I will tell you that I will
Mhm.
not do that. Your
Mm.
your personal life have nothing to do
Mm.
with the disabled family. When you are
Okay.
going to the disabled family to talk to them on your on politics and other things, you go
Mhm.
there as a politician and forget
Mhm.
about the disabled work that we are doing.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm willing to
So
work with
me,
anybody in and out
if
of Liberia.
if Benjamin wants to become a representative, and if I'm going, I should go as Benjamin, give my or expose my plans before the people that I want them to vote for me, but I should not use the name of the NGO. Is that what you're trying to say?
Okay. I can say this.
Mm-hmm.
If Benjamin go to the ghetto or to our orphanage and other things, he going as an individual and his team. He is not going as the mind building corporation.
Mm-hmm.
But when they get in the ghetto or whatsoever platform, whatsoever place, and ask you, what are some of the things you've been doing for the Liberian people?
Mm-hmm.
Benjamin can use the mind building corporation say, oh, I partner or I work in line with the mind building corporation, all of things. But the mind building corporation, the foundation is not going to go on radio station to talk
Okay.
about Benjamin that we are supporting Benjamin. When the
Okay.
guys then they get to decide to vote for Benjamin, they are not using our platform to tell you say vote for Benjamin because we
Okay.
don't want for Benjamin to give you any promise at the end of the day he win election, then we go to our people and get problem with all because this is a
Mm.
lifetime injury. I want to care when I die or anybody die. Our leaders need continue to carry the process. But politics right
Okay.
now destroying people's vision and dream. So I want to work
So,
in Liberia. I don't have anything to do with politics.
so politicians in Liberia, you don't trust them. You cannot trust them. Should I say?
I've never actually politicians in Liberia. I don't know what
Mm-hmm.
happened in the house, but when people get the protocol change,
Hmm.
and I don't want to take responsibility of my action. I
Okay.
want a politician will help the mind building incorporation or my foundation. It should
Mm-hmm.
be because you love the citizen of Liberia. It's not
Mm.
because you want to run.
Mm.
So
Wow.
we have
Okay.
nothing to do with politics. But if
Great.
Benjamin is running as a representative
Mm-hmm.
and he donating to the mind building corporation, we will appreciate him as an individual, but not
Mm-hmm.
as our supporter or our candidate that we are carrying. We don't want
Okay.
to do anything with politics because the guys in the ghetto is frustrated with politicians.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's fine. Great, 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 great. Great having you on this program this evening. Now let's look at quickly the other group, people with
Okay.
disabilities. You talk about blind
Disability
people.
people.
Yeah, people who are not physically fit. You are working with them as well. So can you tell us more about
This is
this group?
where when I come to that issue, when I'm going live on Facebook, I feel hurt and I feel angry with politicians and business people in Liberia, with citizens within and out of Liberia.
Mm,
When I was a child coming on, my brother, I've been seeing people begging on the street that is blind.
mm,
Right now, I'm still in my 20s, I'm in my youth age. I'm still seeing people begging on the street.
mm-hmm, hmm,
And when you're discussing about people are suffering within Liberia, people say there is no job in Liberia, there is no company within Liberia. I
mm-hmm,
said to them, I said, no, these people don't need job for you. These people don't, they offer, but don't need money for you. These
mm,
people don't need car for you.
mm-hmm,
The only thing these people need from me is clothing, sheltering, is feeding. Create
hmm,
a place where you will take the old people from on the street, the blind people from the street, put them in hall. Because if you see the so-called guys not giving you hard time, these are old people that will not give you hard time. The blind people, put them in a compound, feed them, clothe them, shelter them, and give them good medicine and other things. But you cannot go to old people on the street on the side of the wall and go and take picture with them, giving them food and put them on your platform. At the end of the day, the people still begging. As for Mama Hall, we have for Mama House. When I was child, that place used to be there. If you go my Facebook page, you get all kinds of people with to that for Mama Hall. Someday, I scream looking, someday I just start lapa and worship. I will go stay on the side of the road. I put my camp, people can recognize me. I will see different jeep going to that Famoma Hall, tying rest in plastic, taking picture and other things. political people and other things. Why can a government can create a revenue to see how best in Liberians is responsible to pay $1 to support these people, the disabled people within Liberia, or businessmen people are paying taxes within Liberia. Why you cannot pay a businessman $1 a month to be able to support the government, whatever institution, to be able to feed, clothing, and shelter them in and out of Liberia. We get people in the other country, we get people within Liberia, or citizen who is willing can just pay $1 to the disabled people. We are tired making fun of the old people on the street. You give an old woman 5 cups of rice. You expect her to go to her house. Where she going to take coal from to cook that rice? Where she going to take soup from to cook that rice? Do you know where she's sleeping? No.
Hmm.
Her living condition is bad because these people is not capable of putting food on the table. That the reason why the blind people is taking disadvantage of the little children who they are using to be begging on the street. These children are supposed to be in school, but now the children are on the street, helping the old people to go and beg. When that child be 14, 16 years and start going in the ghetto, these are some of the reasons the children know the street and other things and jump in the ghetto because of the parental care. So I love this topic and I appreciate in the government. You don't have to give me money, other things, but let us put system in place and take the old people from on the street. Because people keep saying to me that the so-called guys is not serious, no job. But what happened to the blind people? The question I want to ask Liberian is that these blind people are not serious too. I see them on the ring every day, on the sun every day. I'm talking to them. One of the wickedness we do within Liberia to most of this organization and things is that one time, sometime my lunch hour, I don't have a friend actually. I don't face it, people don't face me. So my lunch hour, I will take my slipper, I walk on the street of Morovia. I will sit down with them, we'll be talking. One time I was sitting down with a blind woman, a group was sharing ticket on the blind people. So after the group, I went to them and asked them, I said, what the ticket for? We were on Rana Street. They said, oh, we are going Concord and they put get food they want to share to us. I said, they are bringing buses for you or transportation. They go home and said, no. I said, how you people get there? He says, Oma said, sometimes the money we pay for, we so pay our we'll go to charter the horse. Sometimes the money we sometimes people who don't have the money, they work. So the question I asked the woman, I said, why these people do it for? The woman tell me that because the people feel that when they come and share the food of the disabled people on the street, the so-called Ghana will come and join the group and misbehave. But I didn't say it even the old man because I know there was the feedback. I said this organization is a wicked organization. They don't love the people, they don't love the political ambition or the platform to get people to see them with a group of people together to divine food, divine rest, and other things. So they wish one, they want other people to help them. But they really love you people. As a humanitarian people in person in Liberia, you get your foundation, you are going to develop, we get officers all on the street, just 1 or 2 officers. How many things that you are sharing? You get in your car like I always doing. I drive there. I just give it to you. I pass. I drive there. You don't take all people that can bring you to work from Rana Street to go Concord Town. From Rana Street to go Concord Town is 120. Can you imagine that distance you are going there for rest?
Wow.
So these people don't need food from us for you to give us rest in the plastic. We need to build a building for them and feed them and shelter them. If the so-called God is not corresponding with whosoever organization within Liberia, we get people that is desperately in need on the street that want to leave the street. We go to the
Mm-hmm.
orphanage home. How many orphanage homes in Liberia we listen to people getting scholarship within Liberia, going all over the country for selling other things? I've never listened to a girl from the orphanage who was
Mm-hmm.
opportune a scholarship to travel. No. Those that get the opportunity to travel
Mm.
into going other countries are friendship connection. But if you take one or two persons from each orphanage home and send out of the country for study, when that person then is educated and come
Mm.
back within Liberia, that person will already remember the orphanage home. And that person will be a help
Mm.
to that orphanage home.
Mm-hmm.
The opportunity we are having in Liberia is good for certain people within Liberia. I know people within Liberia, but since I've been doing my work in Liberia, nobody ever in
Mm-hmm.
Liberia gave me a dime
Mm.
from a foundation, and I've never asked. I
Mm.
just want us to work together because sometimes it can be easy. You cannot go to that people, finish talking to them, you leave them empty. It's not easy. And I don't have the money to be giving to them all the time. That's the reason why I
Mm.
decide to cook for them every weekend. And every weekend I want gather to, if I cook for you in this morning, 4 months before
Mm.
I come back to you. And what I decide to do for my disabled people on the street, that the
Mm.
people who been seeing other things, I decide to be safe in one or two things. If one end, I go. If that medicine, because people seriously sick. If that medicine, food and other things, I share on them because you cannot cook for them on the street.
Mm.
I just need we Liberians to work
Mm-hmm.
together and forget about self-interest.
Mm.
A government cannot do this all
Mm.
alone. And Liberia politicians take politics to be too personal what destroying Liberia. If I am not from a CDC political
Mm.
party, I'm from whatsoever political party, I have a vision within me. I'm
Mm.
capable enough to be beside the president to give him idea and things. But within Liberia politics, within Liberia, when you are not for that person, you don't have access to give that person advice. The incompetent people that the people that is surrounding the
Mm-hmm.
president or whatsoever people in the world. The challenges Liberia is having with take politics too
Mm.
personal. And the challenge that business people is having within Liberia, we are having with them in Liberia. Business people, foreigner in Liberia have the connection with international people within our country. They are paying tax and bribing. So they're really looking up to our disabled family because they feel that our businesses is protected and they have connection. Liberia business in Liberia is
Mm.
not owned by Liberians, it's owned by foreigners. The only businesses we have in Liberia is to do auction girl, auction boys. You look at the street around the street, they are all foreigners. You look at the very baby stores, boutiques and other things in Liberia, they are all foreigners. Where are we?
Mm.
One time I was driving going home. I always like to talk to people. I said I want that Grampy. Who owned this Grampy? When I look on the Grampy cup owned by foreigner.
Mm.
I said, how much is here? They said, no, I'm not selling it. I go and take the Grampy from the Lawoni man. After I finish selling, I carry it back to me. I get 70% on it. I said, wow.
Wow. Mm.
Liberia is not owned by Liberians. It's
Mm.
owned by people that get money in their pocket, foreigners.
Mm.
Our politicians have the money, but they don't want to do business. Foreigners are taking over the country. Foreigners are using Liberians to upload containers. Foreigners are using Liberians to be able to do that store business. We are not really working in our country. We need to
So,
love
so
our
do you?
country.
Yeah. Do you think there's a total breakdown of rule of law in Liberia? We don't have a system. Nothing is working. And what do you think the government, not only the government of George Weah that is currently in power, but a government to come? What do you think can be done?
What I things can be done in Liberia and things will be straight, let us forget about taking politics to be too personal.
Mhm.
Because when you take politics to be too personal and you win election, the people that is capable to come around and give you idea and knowledge, you will
Mhm.
stay away from that people and remember the uneducated men, the men that don't have dream and vision that were with you in the swamp in the river when you were running your campaign. That's the guy you're going to
Mhm.
give greater power to when he is not
Okay.
qualified. At the end of the
Wow.
day, he will not make a rightful decision within the country.
Mm.
The second thing we need to learn in Liberia is that you cannot stop corruption.
Mm.
Corruption is high. You cannot
Mhm.
stop it. But let us follow system within Liberia.
Mm.
When you go to a hospital, you are sick. Whether you get money child on that line, you have poor child on that line. Let us follow system and treat everybody equally.
Mm.
You
But that's not
cannot
the
take
same
another
way
person
in
life.
Liberia.
You're in Liberia.
It's not the same.
No, no, no.
Okay.
You go to hospital, the girl who just died this morning, I try helping. You go to hospital, people tell you say no bed. They can look at your physical appearance and tell you that you are not qualified to enter the hospital. But when
Mm.
our individual that have money come to the hospital, they will make bed available. We don't have
Wow.
system. When
Mm.
we have system in Liberia and state politics, not to be a personal thing, Liberia become a great country.
Mm.
And another thing I noticed within Liberia, I don't know how politics work in Liberia, but people who
Mm.
is not qualified, who is not competent, they are getting in the house to run for representative. We are not
Mm.
checking these people background. We are not
Mhm.
checking the character and other things. So that you have the money and you can speak standard in it and feel that you are qualified to contest. And when
Mm.
you think you are qualified, you win election, you don't have vision. Why are you going
Mm.
to stop? We have
Mhm.
Christmas in Liberia, but we don't have people that get vision for the country.
Wow. So where,
Yeah.
where where are we heading
We sell
with the
Liberia.
system? With the kind of system that we are currently in, where are we heading to?
No, for me, if you ask me for me, I don't know where I'm heading. But I
Mm.
don't know I know about where Liberia is going. Because
Mhm.
if another government can, it's the CEO story. I
Mm.
always say, oh, that man needs to be better. Oh. There will be some other men need to be better. Oh. But I do know where I heading is that I will make it and be a successful child tomorrow to
Mm.
empower my disadvantaged people on the street.
Mhm.
I don't
Mm.
care about politics. I don't care about business people. I have the
Mm.
gift to talk to them. I have the gift to change life. I only need the
Mhm.
God to empower me. If I get financial support on myself, I'll be able to work with my own money. When I
Mm.
talk to you, I empower you, I move on. I talk to you, I
Mhm.
empower you, I move on. What's happening in Liberia government, I have nothing to do with it because we ourselves take the decision. So my
Mhm.
focus point is to disable people in Liberia. I just want to
Okay.
remind people with Liberia. That's all.
Mm. Okay. Now that's very interesting. You have been taking down records whenever you talk to people. So you have listened to these people in time past. Have you been able to compile something like a report and present it maybe to government or international NGOs within the country? Have you been able to do that, or do you have it in the pipeline? What do you intend to do?
Actually, I have not reached to an NGO in Liberia to
Okay,
ask for sponsor.
okay,
I've never wanted to do it to write any institution. No.
okay,
And I decide to register my organization this
okay,
the end of this month.
okay.
Because whenever I have the money to go and register the organization,
Mm,
somebody is sick, somebody need
mm,
her rent, somebody child you
mm,
put that person child after for school fee, So when I
Wow.
look up $400 US to go register an NGO,
Mm.
I think that I can take that money and buy food for my
Mm.
people to eat that is hungry. So I decided this time at the end of the month to let go because I went to the guy
Mm-hmm.
that she constantly pay for.
Mm.
To let go and register my organization.
Okay.
I just need people to look after the disabled.
Mm.
But
Yeah, but
if you
yeah,
ask me whether I reach it to God, if you ask me if I reach it to government official,
yeah.
I will not call names.
Okay.
I will not call names. But
Mm-hmm.
if you look in my inbox on
Mm-hmm.
WhatsApp,
Mm-hmm.
whatsoever work I do in Liberia, I send photo to
Mm.
them.
Okay.
I sit down and do video. The challenges that disabled people are facing within Liberia, they will
Mm.
see it, they will not say anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you continue talking about it, you will appear like you are baking. You don't really have the vision. So I decided to
Mm-hmm.
look up to God that God can guide my step.
Mm-hmm.
There's a time I know one thing I know about this life. There's a time and season for everything. When I was a child coming out about 16, 18 years, I used to go on the street and talk to people without giving them anything. They used to listen to me and it just used to
Mm-hmm.
come right in. But by the
Mm.
special grace of God now, I can go
Mm-hmm.
on the street, depend on my salary, and buy food
Mm-hmm.
for them at the
Mm.
end of every week. So things is
Mm.
going gradually.
Mm.
So I don't
Now
want
the
to rush.
okay, the for me, I have a bit fear because you are trying to do a very good job, but you are alone. What if you are not around? Maybe you could travel or have another international organization that, like maybe with the UN, the African Development Bank, and other reputable institutions. If you are not in Monrovia, what would become of the work that you have started if
If
you
an
don't have time?
NGO gets connection with me or I have the opportunity to go to school in other country,
Yeah, if you are not
the
nowhere around
first
in Liberia.
yes,
Yeah.
I have an opportunity to go to any country and other things is that
Mm-hmm.
I will get my office.
Okay.
And if I get my office, I
Mm-hmm.
can tell you 100%
Yeah.
these guys then within the ghetto they are trustworthy. These
Okay.
guys they get leadership. If you
Mm.
have 20 ghettos within Liberia, I will take
Mm.
20 leadership, each
Okay.
person within a ghetto, and just get
Okay.
a one contact tracing person to run my
Okay.
daily activities within Liberia. So
Mm.
whatsoever thing I'm doing within Liberia in the ghetto is open. There is no corruption with other things.
Okay.
So I get a system for that.
Great. Okay, I think we are at the end of this exclusive interview, the program talking points. So, can you give like a closing word to our audience out there, those who are trying to watch this program live around this world? Do you have a closing word or final message to the whole world?
What really I want to tell the world is that our disabled people are dying every day. I'm not posting it because of some reason, but they are dying from sickness, TB, infection, cold, and other things. We need to check on them
Mm.
to see how best we can be able to treat them. These people need our help. These people are hungry.
Mm.
We need to reach out to them. I
Okay.
know most of the time people use the platform when people oversee other things, send money to them, they will take it and put it in their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
The guys then from the ghetto tell me all of that. And tell me,
Mm-hmm.
say, Joyda, you are just coming to this business. But other
Mm.
people will come and take our pictures and send it to international partner. When the people send the money, they will turn
Yeah.
their back and eat the money. So
Wow.
I can tell you this. If you want to do
Mm.
something, if you want
Mm.
to work with me, you decide to work with me for us to work together.
Mm.
When we are working together, everything
Mm.
going to be open. If you want to do
Wow.
anything that Ghetto want, I
Mm.
will open it. Maybe some people is privacy. I will open it, go
Okay.
to that ghetto and say, "Oh, John Branson, 150 from the state.
Mm-hmm.
I have it for you people.
Okay.
What do you think we can do with it?" I will do
Yeah.
that record and send it to
Mm.
you. You listen and you will see the
Everything will
evidence.
be transparent.
Everything will be transparent. The reason why
Okay.
people do it because they don't have recording. Some people can help, but then like for the picture and other things to be help to
Yeah.
be talking
Mm-hmm.
radio station, other things, they have to do it
Mm.
privately.
Yeah.
But for
Mm-hmm.
me, if somebody can even send me a $5, I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you send your money, I'm not going to call your name or whatsoever thing. You give me that money, I get my phone in my hand. I with these guys, then we are doing recording. I will tell them, say,
Mm.
"Oh, John Branson, this 150. What can we do with it?"
Mm.
After we finish discussing, we are playing our program, what we can do with it. I send you the video, and the day we having our food or that treatment, I will send you the video. You will see it. It has
Mm.
to be me. But when you are
Mm.
working with any other NGO, then they'll be able to show you live evidence, not receipt.
Yeah.
People get a lot of fake
Mm-hmm.
receipt in Liberia, but live evidence they will
Mm.
send to you on WhatsApp to see the first step.
Yeah.
Everybody
That's
can be
right.
the same.
No, that's not possible. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Joetta, we have our office in Monrovia, the Liberia Public Radio. So, would you love to maybe like visiting our office, or some of our team of journalists can meet you one of these days to just interact with some of these people that you work with? Would that be okay?
I want, I would like for your team one day to go with me,
Mm-hmm.
or I can create
Okay.
them. Either 10, 20, or
Okay.
50 guys where I will
Mm-hmm.
go talk to them. Your
Mm-hmm.
team can and
Okay.
interview them live for you to listen to the message.
Okay.
But for my own going on
Wow.
radio station talking, other people get different
Mm-hmm.
different
Yeah.
experience. But I can reach to this
Yeah.
disabled family, you interview them. I
Okay.
reach to these guys in the ghetto,
Mm-hmm.
you get your own report. Then you can be listening because when I say something, maybe I will forget about another something. Everybody got different different experience and other
Okay.
things. So I will be
Okay.
happy when the journalists then start to go in the ghetto and the disabled family
Mm.
to listen to the challenges and other things. And we don't have to talk
Mm.
on politics. Our personal life
Yeah.
experience. I will be
Mm.
happy.
Wow. Okay. Thank you ever so much for accepting our invitation and appearing on the Liberia Public Radio online news. We hope to see you soon and very soon, and we wish you success in all your work that you continue to do for our Liberian people. Until then, another time, good night from the Ivorian capital, Abidjan, and hope to see you soon and very soon. Bye bye for now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye. Okay.